Hi, and welcome to QpiAI Pro. Now let's take a deep dive into datasets. Once you are in dashboard, you can click on Get Started to get into your datasets. Now you will see here all the datasets that you have uploaded, the raw images or the annotated datasets. You can always upload your annotated datasets as well, which you can further utilize directly for model training. Now let's see what are all the options that are available for a dataset. Now let's say for example, I want to see the details for this datasets. I'll click the view details button. Once I click, the side panel will open and will show you basic details for the dataset. The basic details include the name of the dataset, the description, number of files, size of the datasets, class labels for the object of interest, the task associated to the dataset, the domain and subdomain. Post that, you will see some of the few options. The view is for viewing the dataset, that is you're carrying out your visual EDA. The embeddings will also come here, which we will see in detail. Post that, you can also perform data health check that gives you the information about all the images which are annotated, the number of annotations per image and all the related image stats. Apart from that, you can start an auto annotation job here. This auto annotation job that you can start here is basically for your text prompting. Apart from this, you can also start a few shot annotation job. The few shot annotation is based on the principle wherein you provide manual annotations for a few prompt images as an example to the algorithm, and it generates the annotations for rest of the images. And to make it supercharged, this process is performed cluster by cluster so that the error in the annotations are minimal and you get more precise and accurate annotations. Apart from that, for the complex and niche cases, you have manual annotations, which gives you full flexibility and control to make your pixel perfect annotations in a manual manner. Once you have done the annotations, either way, you can save the annotations. Post that, you can download the datasets. Apart from that, whatever annotations you carry on are available in the dataset views. Say for example, I had already ran an auto annotation using grounded SAM algorithm for this particular dataset. So once the job for auto annotation is complete, you will see the annotations here. Now let's take a simple example. We will upload a new dataset and see how the process goes. First, you will click on the new dataset button. Now let's name the dataset. Post that, you can click on create the dataset. You can add the domain and subdomain. For this example, I am going to upload a dataset of renewable energy domain. The dataset type is going to be image. The task I want to associate maybe object detection and instance segmentation. And finally, the description, trial for renewable dataset. The class labels are very important. This class label and class description helps you to auto annotate the dataset with help of the text prompts. Apart from this, the class labels can also be utilized for annotations with few shot annotation or manual annotation. So whenever you are uploading a raw image dataset, please give or please provide the relevant class and class description. Once we configure the dataset, we will be redirected to the next window which says select files or folders to upload. I'll find the relevant dataset in my dataset, and once I find that, I can upload this dataset. Now the dataset is being uploaded, and once the dataset is being uploaded, I'll click on the finish button, which is being enabled once all the files are uploaded. Now since the dataset is uploaded, I'll click on finish button. This will redirect me to the visualization window. Now you can see the dataset that you have just uploaded. All the images will be coming for your visualization window. Now let's get back to the datasets. Once you have uploaded a plenty of datasets, you can filter out the datasets by the task, domain, and subdomains. This will help you find the relevant dataset quickly when you have multiples of datasets uploaded to Pro platform. Now let's take some dataset and let's explore the embeddings as well. Now let's say for example, take again the example of the renewable dataset. So the dataset files that we have uploaded here is 248, 36 MB, the same class labels. Now I'll go to the view that takes you to the visualization window. This will open all the images in your visualization window. Here you will see a plus sign which you can click and select on embeddings. Now these embeddings are very useful when you want to perform some kind of detailed exploratory data analysis. Once you come on embeddings, select the image visualization, select the split horizontally for viewing the images and the embeddings. Now you see all the images that you've uploaded will appear here. Now let's say for example, I want to understand what kind of patterns or what kind of clusters are there in your dataset. I'll select the relevant cluster which I see that the embeddings are similar. I will notice here that the images in this embeddings are actually very similar. Let's select some another cluster. Now again, if I select this particular cluster over here, I'll see the image scenery is very similar or almost the same. For this particular data set, it is actually very uniquely distributed. So we can perform this kind of EDA very easily. There may be some datasets which are much more complicated to visualize. Now let's open some other examples as well. Now let's see the self-driving car dataset. You click on view details, you click on view to go into the visualization. So one thing that you can notice here that this is an already annotated dataset. The annotations for this dataset were actually generated by the text prompts using grounding SAM. Now I can click on the plus button, go to the embeddings, select the image visualization. Here I can see again the clusters are good to observe. Now let's do one thing. Let's select this set of images that are here. You can notice the scenery on this set of cluster of images. Let's select a cluster which is far apart from this embeddings. Now we can clearly see that the scenery in this cluster is quite different with the previous one. Let's select another cluster. Again, here the scenery is quite different from the previous clusters. So this basically helps you out to carry out the visual EDA more effectively so that you can plan your annotations and your model training accordingly. Now let's go back to the datasets. The next important step in analyzing your dataset is viewing the health of the dataset. So for that, let's select a random dataset. I'll go into view details and I'll click on view dataset health check. Once you click here, you will see the health stats about your dataset, the number of images, the number of annotations, score distribution, and all the standard statistics that you can utilize to have a better understanding of your dataset. So once you have performed a detailed analysis of your dataset health statistics, you can proceed ahead to the next stages, such as annotations, model training, and so on. So in next videos, we will see how to start an auto annotation job. Thank you.